Hey, what up, YouTube? Ugly ass. I'm ugly as that, but hey, as you can see here, anime villains with aura. Me, I'm an anime fan. I be watching anime, you know. Should I do a anime tier list? If you want that, just put it in the fucking comments. Or like a Liwu Fufu or something like that if you think I should. As you can see, anime villains with aura. Let's get into it. Hold on, before. Okay, just make sure it's highest quality.
We love to hate them. There's something about these characters that just draws us in. Maybe it's a natural fascination with evil. Maybe it's just how these characters challenge our perception of
Johan,
right and wrong. Or maybe it's just because the fact that half of the
All
time
for
they're
One,
really cool. You think of the villains who have left large
Darth,
cultural
Goat,
impacts as those
Vader,
who remain famous or infamous in
Anton
pop
Chigurh,
culture, and you begin to realize that there's
Thanos.
something that sets these guys apart, something that makes these antagonists stand out. Aura. Alright. So for my non-zoomer, brain rot, TikTok, Applecross, tax-paying adults in the audience, what even is aura, you might ask? Well, aura is, it's kind of like, how do I explain this? Aura is presence. It's walking into a room and everyone notices you. The type of villains we're talking about today are
Askeladd,
ones that absolutely take control every minute they're on screen. They make you want to keep watching what
the
you're watching,
Father,
be it to see what evil actions are going to take next, or how our heroes will avenge
Slash
them.
Homunculus in the
This
Flesh,
video is mainly going to be
Johann
focused on
Liebert.
anime villains, but I might pull a few examples from non-anime media to make a point. Starting off with the king of curses himself.
I got that name tatted on me. Hold on. Yup. One of my favorite villains of all time.
Sukuna is the definition of a villain with aura. Every single scene he is in,
Yup.
every single line of dialogue he has feels heavy and scary, and this is because he's powerful. One of the most common tropes with these types of villains is the absolute power they possess. They make our heroes almost feel powerless. It's important you show
Not
how
wrong.
these guys are actually a threat.
I think that's what he
You
says.
hear about
Don't
how
don't
Sukuna's
butcher me.
super
That's not
powerful
what he
from
says.
everyone else and how he's the most dangerous curse ever known. I mean, the whole plot of the series is about finding this guy's fingers to stop him from becoming even more powerful. You know he's a threat, and the series is never afraid to show you why. My favorite example easily comes from the Shibuya incident, when he kills those two girls who, I can't remember their names, and then he kills Jogo, one of the strongest curses we've seen throughout the entire series so far. The Jogo that killed all of these sorcerers so easily. The way the hierarchy of power is displayed makes the audience intrinsically understand that this guy is not in danger. He is the danger. Sukuna's whole thing
Stupid.
is that he's prideful. He
Shout out
sits
Breaking
on the
Bad.
throne in his domain. He talks down to other curses. He laughs because he knows that he is the strongest. But strength and power are only one aspect of aura.
Man, Monster is a great show.
Johan is one of the most terrifying characters in all of anime. The entire story of Monster revolves around the hunt for this one man. But why? Why is he so dangerous? Johan steals every scene he's in. His calm mannerisms combined with his cold and calculated words makes for a villain who comes off as almost inhuman. Within him lies a deeply tortured soul, one that is able to identify the darkest points of a human psyche and exploit them. In contrast to our protagonist Dr. Tenma and his optimistic outlook on life, going around improving lives through kindness, Johan spreads his philosophy of nihilism and evil to those around him. He acts and manipulates for the sole purpose of destruction, using his superficial charm and his knowledge of the human condition to make people want to take their own lives. I think the biggest aspect that makes Johan feel so omnipresent throughout the story is how everything is tied back to him. But at the same time, he's not present throughout the majority of the story. In the almost 27-hour-long run of the anime, Johan has a screen time of just under 2 hours, and yet his presence is felt even when he's not on screen, because he's in control of everything.
Everyone is running and cells. Can you sense it in the room? The fear.
Johann scares me because he's not a person with identifiable or understandable goals and motivations. He acts less like an evil of character and more like a force of nature. He wishes to erase everything and then himself with all proof that he ever existed. And yet, in spite of all of this, his character...
Not to interrupt them, but man, if you haven't watched Monster, go watch it, or if you read manga, read it, man. It's such a good story. And watch an analysis video afterwards, because it's kind of confusing if you don't pay attention fully, and it's like not convoluted, but like you'll get confused, mixed up if you're not like 100% locked in. And plus, you get to see what the whole meaning behind Johann and the parallels he has with the other characters, man. Man, go watch Monster if you haven't, man. It's an amazing show.
is buried in an underlying sadness that's impossible to ignore. Johann is as much a victim as he is a villain, a boy subjected to horrific psychological experiments, stripped of any identity he could have once had, any name once given. All that's left is a nameless monster, wandering and searching for the end.
Oh, Askeladd? This is kinda loud. Damn. It's mad loud, actually.
There are very few villains who can commit the most heinous atrocities and still be loved by the audience, but when you've got a character that's just oozing charisma, a character that challenges the protagonist and changes his life, a character who's so fun to watch that you find yourself almost in tears when it's clear that his time is coming to an end, you get Askeladd. Askeladd's aura is different. He kills people, sure, but he's not like Sukuna or Johann where we're supposed to be afraid of him. Of course, he leads an army of violent Vikings that pillage and destroy everything, but that's not all there is to his character. If it was, he wouldn't be so fun to watch. Askeladd's evil actions are juxtaposed with rare moments of kindness he shows to Thorfinn. His savage and brutal combat with his wise and caring words, his rage with his charm. Askeladd is a character of contradiction, one who's misunderstood by everyone around him, right up until the very end. And what I find personally most interesting about Askeladd is how his power is put into doubt once he begins to fail his men. He isn't a perfect leader or a perfect strategist or even a perfect criminal. He's just a human, like everyone else in Vinland Saga. He's a person. Askeladd's final moments are like the finishing pieces in a jigsaw puzzle. You understand his disdain for the Vikings and the Danes, and it recontextualizes every action he's taken in the story. And even in death, Askeladd's influence on Thorfinn, and by proxy the rest of Vinland Saga, is felt. Aura beyond the grave. That is the power of a true king.
Man, there's so many more characters you could use. The Madara, Obito, Aizen. Who else? I can't think off the top of my head. He needs to make more videos. If he has another video like this, I'm gonna react to it too, man. This shit is fire. I fuck with this. Should I make my own? No, I'm playing. But hey, if you like this video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Like, comment, subscribe. And that's it. Peace.